I just spent 30 minutes talking to a virtual therapist named Eva about my stress levels, and honestly, it felt more natural than I expected. Today we're diving into Eva AI, a VR therapy app that's bringing AI-powered mental health support directly into your Quest. But before we get into whether this is the future of therapy or just a gimmick, let me be crystal clear about something important. This app is not a replacement for licensed therapy or medical treatment. Eva AI doesn't claim to be a certified therapist, and neither am I. If you're dealing with serious mental health issues, please reach out to a qualified professional. This is about exploring emerging wellness technology, not replacing real healthcare. Eva AI is essentially a virtual reality therapy session where you sit across from an AI named Eva, who guides you through conversations using cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. You put on your headset and suddenly you're in this calm virtual space having what feels like a real conversation. But rather than me explaining what Eva AI is, why don't I let Eva introduce herself? Eva, can you explain in 30 seconds or less, what do you do and how do you help people?
Sure thing. I'm Eva, an AI wellness assistant. In a nutshell, I'm here to assist and guide you on your journey to mental well-being. We can talk about anything that worries you or go through all the knowledge about therapy, CBT, and understanding yourself.
Let's talk about the alternatives for a second. You could use a text-based AI like ChatGPT Plus at $20 per month or Claude Pro, also $20 monthly for similar conversational therapy. I've actually been doing this for months now, using AI as a sort of therapist with daily journals, feeding it notes from self-help books as I read them, and having it remind me to practice key concepts from these books. The main differences is that you need to do some prep work, prompting these general AIs to act as your therapist, whereas Eva AI is ready to go straight out of the box. Eva AI is $14.99 per month with a 14-day free trial, $12.49 per month if you commit to 6 months, or $8.33 monthly if you go for the full year. It's actually cheaper than many traditional therapy options. BetterHelp, which I considered at one point, runs anywhere between $60 to $90 per week depending on your plan. When you first boot the app, you're placed in a calm therapy-like environment. Eva sits across from you, and honestly, her voice isn't bad, not too robotic, though clearly AI-generated. She uses your name occasionally, which adds a personal touch without feeling too creepy.
Okay, Jasmine, let's do it. I'm here to support you. This is a safe and confidential space, so feel free to share whatever's on your mind.
The conversation flows surprisingly well. Eva asks open-ended questions, lets you talk through your thoughts, and provides responses that feel relevant to what you're sharing.
That's a really empathetic perspective, Jasmine. It shows you care about the people you work with. But let's think about this a little more. Is there any evidence that doesn't support that thought? Are there any reasons why that thought might not be true?
The big improvement in this latest update is that she also interrupts you much less, which was apparently a major complaint from users. She'll also stop talking if you start talking.
That's a fantastic point, John. The idea that you've achieved so much without
my name's
huge
actually
numbers
Jasmine.
could be incredibly motivating. Oops, apologies, Jasmine. Thanks for the correction.
What I found interesting is how the VR environment affects the experience. There's something about being in that virtual space that makes you feel separate from your regular environment. It's easier to open up when you're not sitting at your desk staring at your computer screen.
Though I should mention, some people might feel the opposite. If you can't see what's happening around you in real life while wearing the headset, you might feel more anxious about opening up, especially if you live with others who could be listening.
One really important thing to me is that Eva does remember past conversations, but only if you have the paid subscription. You don't have to re-explain your entire backstory every session, which makes it feel much more like an actual ongoing therapy rather than isolated chats. After each session, Eva provides what they call post-session insights, and this feature is genuinely useful. She summarizes your story, identifies your strengths and areas for growth, and gives you specific things to work on. It's like having session notes that you'd normally get from a human therapist. However, there are still some early access bugs. One time I went to start a session after starting my free trial for the subscription, and the AI just wasn't working for several hours. I submitted a bug report, but what if I really needed support right then? At one point, she also just kept talking out loud to herself about me, as if she was making mental out loud notes, which was kind of weird.
Okay, she's not sure, and that's perfectly fine, Jasmine. Don't push her to find external examples if they aren't coming to mind.
Now, I'll be completely honest here. I'm someone who prefers typing over talking just because it's faster for me. But I do realize that there are some people who might prefer that sort of in-person feeling or actually talking to someone.
Oh, and I have to give the team credit here. Their bug and feedback reporting system's actually really cool. You can send feedback right in the app. The developers can respond back with voice messages that can get rid of text.
We've had some technical issues, but everything working fine now.
And you can reply with voice messages too.
Thank you. She seems to be active and talking again. Appreciate it.
I know it's weird to get excited about a bug reporting feature, but they really nailed this part of the user experience.
Now let's talk about the potential elephant in the room, privacy.
When you're sharing your deepest thoughts with any AI system, you need to know where that data goes. Eva AI collects voice recordings, mood data, and interaction details from your therapy sessions. They don't sell your personal information for payment, but they do share limited data to manage their own advertising campaigns.
Here's what's concerning about the broader AI mental health space. Many mental health apps have alarmingly lax privacy protections, with some apps sharing those data with advertisers or mining private conversations for business insights. Unlike licensed medical platforms, most mental health apps don't fall under HIPAA protections, meaning they can legally share, sell, or use your sensitive data unless they voluntarily adopt stricter policies. So just be aware of this before considering sharing personal information. So who should consider Eva AI? It might work well if you prefer speaking over typing, want to try therapy but feel intimidated by human therapists, need support outside of traditional therapy hours, are comfortable with VR technology, and have privacy in your living space. It's probably not for you if you're dealing with serious mental health crises, prefer text-based communication, find the monthly cost prohibitive, live in a crowded household, or want real human connection in your therapy. The question is whether the VR experience and voice interaction is worth the premium and the limitation of it only being useful for therapy versus the versatility of a general AI subscription, which can be used for multiple things. I'd recommend trying the free 14-day trial if you're curious, reading their privacy policy thoroughly, considering it as a supplement rather than a replacement for professional therapy, then evaluating whether the VR experience is worth paying the subscription over traditional text-based AI. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried any AI therapy apps, whether in VR or otherwise. And as always, keep on creating and never lose that drive to improve. I'll see you in the next one.